What is going on, Mr. Tyrone? The third Amigo's with us tonight.
Yes, sir. What's up, Captain Tyson? What's up, baby? What's up, Just World?
We are back after a couple of days off, which is great. I guess before we get started, we want to just give our thoughts and prayers to Primetime and his family, man. He's going through this family's going through some really challenging times right now, so definitely want to just keep him in our thoughts. I guess, that's kind of what we want to say about that. That's why everybody keeps asking for him. He's going to probably be out for a little bit, so just keep him in your prayers.
Keep your prayers in his family and keep him safe. That's all.
Yep. And the other thing, too, is that Veterans Day is this Thursday. And, just the thoughts and, recognition and appreciation to all our veterans out there. My father's retired Army. So just, crazy world we live in right now. But a lot of people sacrifice a lot to protect our country, our freedoms, and everything else. So nothing but love and appreciation and respect for all our veterans out there, men, women, that make a lot of sacrifices that go unseen and unrecognized, which is unfortunate. But definitely a shout out to our veterans, too, man.
And especially those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms and us, the lifestyle that we live in. And I just hope everyone understands how important that is in this world. We live in a weird world right now, man. Things are just absolutely different. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's a definitely different world. So definitely all the veterans out there, thank you. We appreciate you. And that's it. So we got some news. Denzel Mims on the COVID list. Not really sure what to think with that. He's coming off a really poor performance. So I'm guessing that he probably won't see him on Sunday. But Tyrone, if we're being honest, the biggest story is going to be the quarterback position. Who is going to start at quarterback for the New York Jets? Robert Saleh is playing this little game of I'm not going to say if Zach Wilson's fully healthy, if he's not, who's practicing, who's not. I'll make it very easy for you. Mike White should start on Sunday. Period. That's it. That's the answer.
I don't know any other way to look at it either, Tyson. I think that looking at the Bills coming in, and I'm pretty sure, and big ups to everyone that been interacting with me on Facebook, man. I love your comments. I love what we've been going at. I love the conversations we've been having. But I really feel the same way. I think you don't want to put him. That's a major knee injury, man. The Russians got back, man. I just don't think it's safe. The line has played better. You know what I'm saying? And he still needs to grow a little bit. So I think having a chance to watch a little bit. There's no need to rush on the field. We're not in playoff contention. We've got a long way to go. And I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, Buffalo Bills, bro, they have a really, really good defense, man. They're ferocious. They're going to get after him. So if he's not able to move or protect himself, why put him out there? So that doesn't make any sense. So honestly, I think he's just playing with him, Tyson. I think he's just being coy, and I think he's just going to wait along. You know what I'm saying? Wait,
let's just be honest, dude. Zach Wilson, this is his first week back in practice. They're not going to rush him back with a knee injury. At the same time, I think Mike White's performance, when you throw for under 400 yards and you galvanize your team and you had the highest scoring production of the entire season, has intrigued the coaching staff. And that's okay, man, because this season is about finding out what you have, how you're going to run the offense and everything else. I have no problem with him starting on Sunday. Like, this isn't about feelings. This isn't about who got drafted where. He showed you something, and you want to see what else he can show you without rushing back your rookie quarterback. And guess what? If he plays very well on Sunday, he should start the following game. And you keep riding it and you keep figuring it out. Because listen, if you find your quarterback, so be it. Like, the one thing everybody says, well, Zach Wilson was drafted second. I don't really give a shit. Yeah. Mike White has shown us something. He's earned the right to start. And this is the whole thing, the whole quarterback position for me, to be completely honest with you. Today, the Jets should have cut Joe Flacco. There's no need for him. There's no need to have 4 quarterbacks on this team. You do him a solid. Like, you know what? Joe Douglas owns up to mistake. You know what? My bad. I should never made this move. We have no need for you. Let him go to some team that needs the help, that he can be a legitimate backup. Because in theory, Tyrone, what you have is you have 3 quarterbacks now that you could bring back next year. That could be your quarterback room. Guess what? That's called continuity, and that's called chemistry. You have 3 guys that are growing together, fighting together, figuring it all out together. You keep these 3 guys together, and you bring them back next year. There's no room for Joe Flacco, dude. He should be gone today. Cut him.
Building culture. That's what winning teams do. And also, Tyson, I want to say something else about this, man. So who are you going to get rid of? No, you can't get rid of Mike White.
They're gonna jerk around Josh Johnson.
Exactly, and why? He came in and threw for 300 fucking yards with no reps and no practice.
But that's where this gets interesting, because Sunday, say Mike White starts. If you have Zach Wilson active, well, then he's got to be the backup. What are you doing with Joe Flacco? You're not gonna have 3 quarterbacks active. You're gonna have him inactive again.
Yep.
Like, you could put Josh Johnson on a practice squad. That's fine, but like, there's an extra guy. There's just no need. But going back to Mike White, like, if he's healthy, which he is, and he's practicing, he should start, dude. Like, this is a no-brainer to me. This isn't rocket science here. Like, and the thing that people, I guess, like, people say, well, you got to play Zach Wilson. I don't have to do shit. I go with what my instinct is. My instinct is this kid just showed me something. This team bought into it, and they put up over 400 yards, and they won a football game. Unfortunately, he got hurt last week, but he got hurt on a touchdown pass. Now, before he got hurt, before he came in the game, our offense was putrid. So now you give the kid the benefit of doubt. This is called accountability and credibility. He's shown the team something. You keep playing him. If you take him out, like, oh, I'm sorry, man, you showed us something, but we got to sit you now because Zach's back. No, this is professional sports, dude. This is a business. My business is winning and playing the hot hand. He's a hot hand right now. He plays.
Well, also,
Simple.
I'm gonna say this right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Probably before Mike White actually got to play, we actually thought our OC sucked. You know what I'm saying? We didn't
Yep.
see anything going on. He's actually shown us how innovative our OC can be and what we were missing. So, was the OC or was it our young quarterback? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's no need to point a finger. I'm just saying this is what we're seeing. So Mike White comes in, those are 400 yards. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we saw that. We watched him on his second drive of the game, march down the field, and throw a touchdown pass. So we saw that. Then we saw Josh Johnson come in, and we watched his kid throw for 310 yards.
Yep.
And with no reps.
And he looks smooth too.
Exactly. So things are really working. Plus, you know what I'm saying, we're seeing the offense where you're taking the smart play. And you know what I'm saying, that works, you know what I'm saying? And then the team has something to fight for. Like the team, listen, man, once Mike White got down, this guy's laid down. This is what they did.
Yep.
So
well, no, I mean, that's not true. I mean, they were driving the ball at Josh Johnson. The Ty Johnson fumbled, and that just changed everything. And the defense didn't show up. But I mean, if you're gonna preach to your team about you got to earn your reps, you got to do your stuff, do everything like that, this Mike White's earned it, dude. He's earned a chance to start another game. Now, if he falls on his face, okay, then he falls on his face. But you know what? You did right by him. You did right by your team. That's the way I look at it. Like, I don't listen, the whole thing, you have to play Zach Wilson. Everybody's saying that now. If Mike White is healthy, I'm saying this week, if Mike White is healthy, they're both healthy, and you sit him and play Zach Wilson, and he comes out and starts off slow or throws a pick or incomplete pass, he's gonna get booed out of the fucking stadium. Like, let's not lie to ourselves how Jet fans are. Because everybody's all cute and bold on Twitter and all these little hot takes and shit. I'll give you a dose of reality. You play Zach Wilson or Mike White this week, and he doesn't play, one struggles, he's going to get run out of the stadium. Simple as that. Let Mike White do his thing and see what happens.
I mean, listen, we're talking about 15 first quarter. I mean, 15 quarters, 15 for, you know what I'm saying, in the first quarter, and we had nothing, no production, no touchdowns, no nothing. So Mike White comes in and we see him production. So why would you even stop that anyway? Listen, we have a young quarterback. He is our future. We understand this. But at the same time, you need continuity. You see what you have in other players. We're watching Moore just become a grown man out there. So you're seeing guys develop. We was watching Crawl before he got hurt, watching him develop. We're watching the offensive line.
Bro, we're watching. Listen, Mike White against the Bengals hit 10 different receivers.
Yep.
Like, we watched him spread the ball. We went from 2 weeks ago being like, we think LaFleur should get fired. He's incompetent in over his head, to be like, you know what? This guy's actually a decent coordinator when he's up in the booth. He's not babysitting on the sideline. He's up in the booth figuring things out. And now we're saying, you know what? LaFleur's all right. Maybe Zach Wilson was overwhelmed, in over his head a little bit, and there's time away he's going to be okay. He can learn. He can get healthy, get 100% healthy, because you don't want to rush him back with a knee injury, especially behind our offensive line going against that Bills defense. But, dude, let him get healthy and let him learn. It's okay. He's going to be here 5 more years. The kid's going to be here a while. 3 games here and there is not going to make or break his life, his career, or anything else.
I mean, to me, listen, it's the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I say about Belichick is, he'll cut a first round pick quick fast and you're not producing. Listen, man, why do we get so stuck on it's a wasted draft pick? Listen, man, a draft pick is nothing but the lottery, dude. If you're not picking in the top 5, there's a real good chance that, bro, whoever you pick might not pan out. You might pick, you know what I'm saying? Marcus Russell was the first pick of the draft and he fucking sucked. You know what I'm saying? So it was you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of players that haven't produced. So what happens is this: you hold on to a guy who's not producing when you have a guy that is. And we're not saying Mike White is the future of the team. What we're saying is this, though: if you're preaching accountability, if you're preaching, you know what I'm saying, watching what this team do and watching this team grow. Plus, our young quarterback is hurt. So the best thing to do is to learn. You know what I'm saying? So watch your franchise quarterback for a meaningless game. It makes no sense.
But you hit it right on the spot, dude. It's what's best for your team. Right now, what's best for our team in this offense is a quarterback that actually can run the offense, spread the ball around. And dude, 2 weeks ago, we were like, man, Elijah Moore isn't doing shit. Man, we wish everybody, we didn't know what any of these guys are doing. We were discounting everybody. Now, after a couple of weeks of this high-flying offense, they were like, wait, Elijah Moore's coming on. He's got 3 touchdowns. We saw this. We saw that. All these different things now. So that's called developing your offense. That's called progression. That's heading in a different direction than we were going. We were going backwards with Wilson, and now we're moving forward. So if he has to sit out a couple times, so what? And if Mike White plays well, guess what? Keep playing him. Who cares? This season's lost anyway, dude. We're not worried about playoffs. We're not worried about championships. Everybody's trying to learn and grow. So if you can grow your offense with Mike White and you see what you actually have, great. And when time comes to put Zach Wilson back in, that's great too. Who cares?
And watching guys like Michael Carter just become superstars right in front of our eyes.
Exactly.
Listen, you have young players. It's a young team, so this is a long-term fix. It's not a short-term. It's not a short-term fix. So just putting them out there doesn't help anything, especially when you're is detrimental to who he's trying to become. You know what I'm saying? Listen, our quarterback has extreme arm talent. But the one thing he has to learn is to take the easy play, to keep the chains moving, get the first down, keep it simple.
Fundamental football, the basics.
Exactly. He's still young. So listen, we're in a couple of years he'll probably be one of the best players in this draft. But at the end of the day, right now, at this moment, it makes no sense to play him when Mike White is fully capable. And listen, we didn't even know what Mike White was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone was ticked off. Like, no one saw the Mike White coming out here doing what he did. No one saw that. So, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm happy with the kid did. And I want to see Mike. I want to ride Mike White to our quarterback.
I'll give him another week, dude. I'll give him another week, dude.
Give it a next little easy game. I'm not saying easy game, but give somebody who's not, you know what I'm saying, we know that's not going to come in there and break him off. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo
especially
is a monster.
But I don't even care about the opponent, to be honest with you. But especially when the team rallied around him, dude. They were emotionally invested with this Mike White guy. They were, dude. You saw it on the field. They were all fired up, and everybody's buying in. There's excitement, there's energy around him. So why take it away? You enjoy it, you ride with it, and you see what happens. And there's no guarantees. Mike White can go out and throw 5 picks on Sunday, and you know what? You did what was right by him. It was right by the team. Didn't work out. Shit happens, and then a week after that, you say, you know what? Zach Wilson's not healthy. He comes back in. If Mike White keeps doing what he's doing and you offense 300 something yards and putting up points, great. Then we can figure out what the hell's wrong with the defense. So, that's kind of, and I'm telling you, if I'm Joe Douglas, I admit my mistake and I cut friggin' Flacco. There's no reason to have him here, dude. There's no reason to have him here, dude, because I like Josh Johnson. Like, see, to me, Flacco is a Band-Aid. He's not coming back next year, but Josh Johnson is cheap. He's a veteran. He's shown he can run the offense. You keep these 3 guys and you say, you know what? They're all working together. And I'm telling you, when Mike White was playing, Josh Johnson was so active on the sideline. He was vested, dude. Why push that away for what? If you think Joe Flacco's going to be, it's too late. Get rid of them, keep these 3 guys and move forward.
Well, let me ask you a question, Tyson. Is it they don't want to play Mike White because they don't want to show up as a young quarterback? Could that be a key to it? Because think about it, if Mike White puts up 400
if you're worried, listen, man. If you're worried about hurting your feelings, if your quarterback is that sensitive and gets this overwhelmed by a situation, he's not made for New York anyway, then, dude. Like, you can't worry about feelings in the NFL, dude. You know what the NFL stands for? Not for long, dude. If you kind of pull that bullshit and you can't handle being benched or the guy playing in front of you, in this market, dude, shit.
Check it out. Our OC belongs in the box. They had him on the field because the quarterback wants.
Well, they brought in his babysitter now, so now you got John Beck on the sideline, so he'll be fine there. Right?
That should help. And you know what I'm saying? Well, listen, I like what Mike White did, and I think Mike White deserves to play Sunday. I think it's just my own opinion. And when a young quarterback is healthy and he's fully healthy, you know what I'm saying? Let's bring him back in. Where the hell's Becton? We haven't heard anything about Becton. Y'all rushing him back. Y'all not rushing Becton back.
He's still got a few weeks. All right, so what we'll do is we'll share the link because I didn't do that. That's my bad. I fucked up. So thank you guys for joining us. Again, if you guys missed us earlier on, Primetime's having his family's dealing with some issues, so he's going to probably be gone for a little while. So definitely thoughts and prayers with him. You guys want to come on and talk some football with us? We'll argue with you about Mike White and Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's free, dude. He's free to get healthy and figure out what the hell he's doing wrong. That's what he's free to do.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. And you guys want to argue with us about it? That's fine. I mean, if anything, the one thing that kind of bothered me, and which was kind of fascinating, if we're being completely transparent, is the Jets offense. I mean, they were down 42-10, but the biggest storyline against the Colts was that the defense was horrendous. So they asked Saleh, and this bothered me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. They asked Saleh saying, listen, man, have you talked to Ulbrich and said, you know what, you kind of got to, kind of impose some things, like kind of make some changes yourself and recommend changes, all this stuff, kind of get more actively involved in the defense? And Saleh said, no. Dude, you're giving up 40 points a week, man. Like, at some point, you're a defensive guy. I understand you want to have that CEO thing. Like, I'm just watching over everything. I don't overpower my coaches, and my coaches coach, and I manage. But, dude, when you're giving up, I would have been more impressed. You know what? I sat in the meetings. I made some recommendations. We're looking at it. kind of like he seems like he's so worried about offending his coaches, offending his players. He wants to make sure like he wants to act like everything is fine everywhere. When you got your fucking doors blown off. The Patriots lit you up. The Bengals scored a lot of points. The Colts just blew you out. Like you're giving up like historically bad numbers on defense. Historically bad. Probably the worst defense I've seen ever in my life as a Jet fan. And that's saying a lot because we've been a shitty team for a long period of time. So when they say, hey, man, what are you doing with defense? Well, I have faith in my guys. It's about execution. It's some on the coaches, some on the players. I'd have been like, listen, man, I'm in the fucking meetings. I'm pissed off. And, I kind of gave them some recommendations of things we should change because this is unacceptable. Like, I don't understand why the word unacceptable is not allowed to be said in a press conference for the Jets. Like, Saleh right now is that meme or the gif on Twitter where it's like everything is fine. The dog's sitting around the fire. Like, no matter how bad shit is, he's always like, everything is fine, man. Everything. Dude, we gave up 260 yards rushing. It's fine, man. Don't worry about it.
Nah, listen, bro. I have no complaints with you at all. What we've seen in the last couple of weeks has been horrible. And the one thing about it is, and it seems like to me that as a head coach, man, you know what I'm saying? And you're a defensive head coach. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a CEO, but you're a defensive head coach. That shit was embarrassing. And we're watching the coach get chunk yards. I'm not talking about 3 or 4 yards. I'm talking like 7. They were averaging like almost 8 yards a carry. That's ridiculous for a team that's relying on the defensive line with no push. And it seems like to me, man, I don't know what it seems like. So the guys have one good-ass game, letdown game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. So that comes with the management. That comes with coaching. That's a coach not getting through to his players on the next level. Because one day, you know what I'm saying? Like the one thing I love about the Baltimore Ravens, man, they bring it every fucking week. I don't care who's hurt. I don't care who's there. They're gonna bring up. They're gonna show up every fucking week. That's a football team. That's a good organization. That's a well-ran organization. There's no way as a head coach you can watch your team give up 500 yards to the Patriots, 4-something to the Bengals, almost 500 to the coach, and you don't in 3 weeks
260 rushing yards, dude. Dude, we watched the game. Like that was a game that I was excited about where they got like 200 yards of non-contact yards where these guys were running and not 200 yards of that shit. They were getting 10 yards of carry and 8 yards were untouched. It was unprecedented, dude. It was some of the worst. And they asked him, like, well, we could have changed our scheme. We could have this. We could have. Should have.
Whatever scheme you're using wasn't working. And then, I think what else gets him too. One series, man, I think we got him to like 37 or something like that. I'm watching the cornerback 7 yards off the ball. Like, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Past the first down marker. Bro, it's third and 6.
Mosley was too. If you notice, Mosley was fucking 10 yards down the field. Like, bro, what are you doing?
But dude, it's third and 6. Say that the down to go is at the 45-yard line. They're on the 48, 49-yard line. They're giving 4 yards past the marker.
Bro, I'm watching guys do a 5-yard dig and wide open. Nobody near. You know what I'm saying? We watch it all week. And that comes to coaching. There's no adjustments there, man. Listen, and I know we have a young secondary and we have young players. We have a lot of young players on this team. At the end of the day, that's pride, man. I mean, I'm sorry. I never thought anyone would run on us like the way they did. I just watched these guys. And then our offensive line just manhandled our defensive line. They manhandled.
Well, they quit at certain points in that game. They weren't trying, dude. They weren't trying.
But at the end it was a wrap. But watching them. I'm just saying, bro. I'm watching these guys get manhandled. I'm watching Quentin Williams after the game trading jerseys with Nelson. Like, bro, I don't want that. She just beat my ass, bro. I don't want that.
No, they always do that now. That's the way the NFL is now, though, man.
Bro,
They always do that shit.
I'm not losing 45 to whatever, because it really was 45-10. All them extra points don't count, bro. I mean, they do, but they don't. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that was garbage time points. But I'm just saying, man, it's just a level of pride. And why is it that, and listen, I'm just a fan. So I have my own opinion about it. I get pissed off. I hate watching. I didn't even get mad. It's like to the point now, man, I'm like numb to this shit. Like the Patriots lost.
No. Dude, it's not about being mad, not about just being a fan. The shit's embarrassing, dude. Like, let's just call it what it is. You're on national television, a game we're all hyped up for, and your defense didn't show up. And a defense that 2 weeks prior got embarrassed again by the Patriots. Like, dude, even if you're like, dude, I promised myself I wasn't get mad. I promised on Thursday, I'm like, I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not getting mad. Dude, a couple of those plays, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Poor angles, arm tackling, completely out of position, completely disorganized, out-coached, out-prepared, everything. Now, I get the whole young team, but, dude, the veteran front is a lot of veterans, dude. They're high-priced guys. This isn't like we have 5 rookies on the defensive line. You got a lot of high-priced talent in that field. So obviously going forward, losing Marcus May hurts because now you're signing safeties off the street and trying to play him, which can be a disaster. But I'm surprised how Saleh handles certain things, and it's always everything is fine. He never wants to like publicly hold anybody accountable. He's like the ultimate players coach, ultimate coaches coach. Which this year he gets a pass because we don't expect anything. We're like, new coach, new quarterback, new coordinator. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. We expect to suck, but our level of suck is getting pretty bad. Like we're sucking defensively. We're sucking like historically bad. So it's ridiculous. So we're gonna go. Go ahead.
I have one question for you.
Yeah.
How many primetime games we had this season?
I hope that was the last one. I think the Dolphin game it could be flexed though. Hopefully, it's not gonna flex to the Saturday, but that's it.
Yeah, listen, we have one primetime game, and we shit the bed. That's when we'll put that out there. Go ahead,
dude. The defense was terrible. All right, we're gonna go to the pessimist. What's up, man? You're on mute. You muted yourself.
All right, I just kept it on mute.
What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's up, guys? The pessimist / optimist. You see that?
Yes.
There's question marks. So it's either one. I'm not really sure actually, but I certainly was pessimistic after the Patriot game, right? And now I feel a little bit better, even though I know I'm a little angry like you.
Move your
not
camera
as
up
angry
a little
as
bit.
you.
We're only seeing like your eyes. There you go.
All right. Is that better?
Yep.
All right. So sorry. So I feel a little bit better about what's going on, but you're right. The defense was horrible. I was listening to Joe Beningo on his podcast, and one of my friends sent it to me, a Jets fan, and it was like, oh, he said exactly everything I was thinking, and I wasn't angry about it because it was true. And the defense was horrible. He's like, this is so pathetic. He says exactly what you're saying. What's wrong with the defense? It doesn't make any sense how bad they were.
They have too much talent for that, dude. They do. But what is your take on the quarterback, though, man? Like,
no, I agree with you. I agree with you, Tyson.
Mike White.
Mike White needs to start until the wheels come off. When the wheels come off, that's Zach's turn, right? Basically, everyone rallied around Mike White. You saw. Yep. We all saw that, right? So, and he seems actually, in his interviews, he's actually very, very thoughtful, very well spoken, knows what's going on.
Very
team oriented.
Yes.
Very approachable guy. He seems very approachable. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's in like a room, just joking around, having a good time.
Down to earth. Yep.
Listen, we bought into him. As fans, we bought into Mike White.
Mm-hmm. So. I mean, I don't think I buy into him as much as like everybody else in terms of like long term. But I mean, for what we need, he was the person that needed. We were all excited about that game, and I bet you if he stayed in the game would have been pretty competitive. Yep. Maybe the defense. I don't know. Maybe that was the point. The point was like the offense was supposed to just meet the problems that the defense was supposed to have, and Mike White was going to be. This is like the way to show Mike White, and maybe like showcase him. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I mean, I don't. And the Saleh thing, I don't get angry with it because Saleh is a really smooth operator, and he's doing that for a reason. He's talking. He doesn't want to ruffle any feathers. He knows it's also his job if he starts to criticize the team. He's also he's a smooth. He's accountable.
Don't he have to be held accountable?
Not yet.
Listen, if he's the head coach, then listen, he has to be accountable and give us answers to why his defense is playing or what they're playing. It's bad.
Can't always be everything is fine.
No, I know that, but the thing is that that's called being a politician, and that's being called that's also called coach.
That's also called you're getting blown out on a weekly basis on defense. You're getting completely embarrassed. And that's not going to fly too long, dude. You know what market we're in and what we've seen? Like he can only do this at some point, and at some point you got to hold people accountable. Like, he could be the biggest asshole behind closed doors in the locker room, but at some point you got people on blast in the media too. Be like, you know what? This shit is not going to work here. Like, this is not how this is how our New York Jets culture is supposed to be. Everybody keeps talking all gas, no break, all that shit. This is, it's almost like a joke at this point.
Yeah,
like you can't talk like that and have your defense go 260 rushing yards.
But he came in telling us that, he came in making us believe that he was going to be that kind of coach.
Yep,
that bothers more than anything. You came in with this kind of all gas, no breaks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna push guys. The best guys are gonna play. You know what I'm saying? And then we get the shit that we see every week. We just sit there with a stone face, no adjustments, no nothing. And listen, it's scary to lose this bad this early in the season. I'm sorry. It's scary that your defense is breaking down this bad. I understand that you have a lack of talent in certain areas. Your defensive line is a lot of money invested in that. Your linebacker, he's the all pro. And you know what I'm saying? And the secondary hasn't been as bad as I thought they would be. You know what I'm saying? So what's the problem?
You can
200
deliver subtle
yards.
messages through the media. You can, like Parcells was always very good at that. Like you can send a message to guys that are disappointing that, like the worst, I mean, not the worst part, but the score was not indicative of the game on Thursday night. It wasn't. It was 42-10 at one point. So the end score, everybody's like, oh, the game wasn't that bad. We had it kind of put a deodorant on how bad the defense really was. So everybody, Jet fans walked away. Yeah, but they're like, oh, everybody walked away. Oh, Elijah Moore is good, and Josh Johnson is good, and Michael Carter is good, and we kind of lose focus on how bad the defense really was again, right? But look about everybody.
Yeah.
If you go on social media, everybody's praising Moore and Carter and Josh Johnson. Everybody's excited about all these things, ignoring all the deficiencies that are still like kind of there. And it was bad, man. I'm not saying like Saleh has to go on a rampage, but just. You got to kind of have a little firmer hand. Be like, listen, you could bench people or make changes or do something tangible.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of it is like they have to make a full assessment of exactly what he should be honest and say what he probably really feels. But maybe he's mixing his words because he's worried about certain things, and he's also maybe making assessments. You know what I mean? Like how far can I push the media? How far is it? I have to do this. What do I need to listen to? What do I need to? If I say this, okay, what is the reaction? Because he's all new to this, right? And so ultimately, he's learning himself. He knows he has several years. This is the first year. We all know this. Tyson, you know this. And
right.
So this is a roller coaster year. We already knew this was going to be a roller coaster year. You said it yourself. So therefore, you have to enjoy the roller coaster or deal with it or go angry and go back. Listen, back and forth.
I respect the whole roller coaster ride. I understand a first-time head coach, but I also will watch other analysts breaking down our defense and being like, they're making basic mistakes, dude. Like mistakes they're making on defense. It wasn't like some exotic scheme they fucked up. They're playing a vanilla defense and making mistakes there and not making adjustments. And that's for my dumb fan eyes. Like, and but you have legit.
Maybe that tells you something about the players. Maybe that's what it tells you.
But he mentioned it. Sometimes it's effort. If it's effort for a young team, that's a problem. Like there's
exactly.
Yeah, like that's where you say, hey, you know what? If you find these guys that are lacking effort, like you'll see a guy get a personal foul or a late hit or whatever like that. They don't come out of the game. They stay on the field always.
Yeah.
Like there's no like. There's certain coaches like I'm old, so I like the Parcells kind of guys. I like the Harbaugh kind of guys. I like those different coaches, but like I like the more of like, listen, you hold people accountable. If you're Nathan Shepard and you get a bad penalty every week, when the minute you get that penalty, you're out, dude. You're out for the rest of the quarter. I can give a shit who you are. So you stop making these mistakes.
And we're having a conversation about accountability. We're having a conversation about effort. You have multiple guys on the practice squad. If a guy's not showing me effort, I'm definitely removing him out of the game. You can't leave it. So how can you assess someone that's not giving you effort?
I agree with both of you. Okay. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. You know what I mean? I'm just taking the other side and, I'm trying to figure out what the truth of this is, and I'm completely on your side. I think that people need to be held accountable, but maybe the way he's holding them accountable is something that we just don't see. And, on the field is one thing, but like maybe somewhere else they're doing other things that we just don't, I really listen. It's not for us to know. Maybe it's not. I mean,
I'm just saying, listen, based on the last 25 years of watching this team, I've seen a lot of shitty coaches and a lot of shitty teams. And when you see some warning signs or red flags of mistakes they've made in the past, whatever coach it is, and you see it again, like, you know what? This may work now in week 7, 8, and 9, but this is some things aren't going to work later on because the fans are going to get tired of it and the media is going to get tired of it. He's going to get eaten alive because when he was facing pressure, he was tongue tied. He couldn't even handle the Wilson questions. He didn't know he had to even answer them. He couldn't understand he couldn't explain how Wilson was regressing. The offense was going backwards. Mike White comes in. Now all of a sudden, Saleh's a genius. Like it's just he's walking a fine line right now. Certain stuff, man.
I think so.
Yeah,
he gets a pass this year, though. I'll give you this. It's a pass this year. So
maybe he's just trusting his guys too much. Maybe
I think he is.
He's trusting his guys. He's believing what they're saying, and maybe it's the problem is that he believes them too much. And but the thing is that you're right. Mike LaFleur he shows us he's actually quite good. And he knows what's going on. It's just that on the field, it wasn't right. He was up. He needs to be up in the booth. He's a booth guy.
But
He needs to see. I mean, I remember when I've gone to the Jet games and I see when I'm in the upper deck, I get to see and in like the back behind the end zone, I just get to see the field better and I understand. I can even read the plays much better.
The plays
instead of
develop.
instead of seeing the sideline, like the sideline view, you can hardly see anything sometimes.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
just seeing a mash of people, right? So I understand that, and it just makes a lot more sense. But part of it is that Wilson wasn't ready, right? And that's why he was down there. You're right, babysitting Wilson. I mean, come on, man, this is ridiculous, right? That's why you were right. We needed a veteran quarterback to do that for us, right? And we also know all the other issues that are going on, but the fact of the matter is that's the truth. And they're just backtracking and doing this BS here and there. And I'm a JD fan, and he has made some missteps. He's made some great decisions. He's made some missteps. He's made some amazing trades, obviously. But I'm saying everything that everybody knows already. I just want to see the next game, man, and I want to see you guys. I'm just gonna let you know, I have basically planned to go January 2nd after New Year's, and I'm planning to go to that game to see Tampa Bay, and I will see you guys there. Okay.
Absolutely. Thanks for talking, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Peace. You too, man.
All right. That was our first call of the evening. Very good. We'll go see some comments. I guess we've ruffled some feathers, Tyrone. We ruffled some feathers already. Let's see. So let's see. Diane with her comment. This Sunday's gonna be a bloodbath for the Jets, no matter who the quarterback is. I'm not so sure about that. I don't know about that. We'll see.
Jacksonville got them ticked off, bro. They coming in there with blood, baby.
Friday night we'll have our preview show. We don't want to reveal all our things here. Let's see what we got here.
Not at all, but...
See what's up, Jose? How you doing, man? What's up, Jose? What's up, Nick? Got a lot of chat is just on fire tonight. God damn, you guys are keeping busy. Trust the process from Coach Sala. Here we go with that nonsense.
We've been trusting
all right.
the process 15 years.
Let's see. We will go to what we got here. We got a whole bunch of. We'll go to our voice of reason. We'll go to Afram.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
How you doing? You always lay back in that comfortable position, baby.
It's a comfortable couch.
He relaxes me when I see him, dude. The minute I see him, I'm like,
that's
man.
That's it. I just want your numbers so I can just call you when I'm in a bad mood. But
why be tense? Why be tense? Be happy. Be happy.
So how do you feel about what should happen this weekend? What do you think, quarterback wise?
It's White. They talk a lot of shit. It's going to be White, and quite frankly, if it was up to me, you're going to have to put the kid back in eventually, and I'd probably put him back in the Texan game. I'd wait till the Texans.
Yep.
Just easy. I wouldn't even put him against Miami at that point. Miami's defense is playing good. The kid the kid wants to be a gunslinger. He needs to calm down. White has been in the league for a while. He hasn't been a starter, but he sees the astute person. So he's learned the system, and he showed that you follow the system, and you get results. So your number 2 pick. We understand that. It doesn't mean you have to be the highlight show every week either. So. Joe Cool. I remember Joe Cool.
So like to me, I completely agree with you. I keep playing him. You're seeing what the offense is. You're learning a lot. And if he keeps playing well, you keep playing him. Like I don't think it's not a bad for some people think absolutely. Mike White playing good is a bad thing. How is that a bad thing? It means your offense is moving the ball. Your offense is developing. Your players are developing, which is the ultimate goal of the season. If it takes Zach Wilson a little bit longer to get back on the field, so be it. It's not the end of the world.
But and also you're giving your young quarterback to see a quarterback that he's been around and he respects from the offense and take the short passes and take what the defense is giving him. So that's
can learn.
That can make his game grow as more. That's what it is. Each one teach one.
Also, he'll understand that even though he's ready, he's not coming back in.
He's got to earn it.
That he gets humbled by that. He'll be humbled by that. Yep. So there's no guarantee. But like you said, if the offense is clicking, your running back is developing, your wide receivers are developing. You have to worry about them too. It's not just about your quarterback.
Well, that's what we were saying before. It's like 2 weeks ago we were disappointed in Michael Carter. We're disappointed in Elijah Moore. That we were ripping the shit out of Mike LaFleur, and now we're kind of content with all of them. We're like, oh, Elijah Moore, he's an explosive asset. We're seeing all these different things. It's like, You can't take that away now. You got to keep trying to develop it and move on with it.
It'd be interesting in this game. It'd be interesting in this game if Ulbrich is upstairs as well.
He should be, man. He sucks.
If he sees, I mean, they
terrible,
they,
dude.
they just
Because he's damn no not seeing that from the sideline. I'm telling you that.
I'm very surprised the way they just didn't show up. They were getting beat up the middle. They were manhandled. They were really manhandled by the Colts, giving up huge chunks. It was just they did whatever they wanted. And, they backed off. Like you said, the score is not indicative of what really went on.
No, not at all.
Although we would have been crazy if they scored and then they did the onside kick with 7-point difference if they had scored that tip ball that became the interception.
Oh yeah, but But what is your thoughts on how Saleh handles all this? Because they pressed him and they asked him about as a defensive coach. When you're watching your defense struggle, do you get actively involved more, do more things? He's like, no, I let my coaching staff handle it.
Yeah, he's learning too. He's a rookie head coach, and I'm sure he's going to learn with experience. They gotta hit him harder too. I mean, I've seen some of these questions, and I think they're afraid.
Yep.
Like with Douglas, who nothing leaks out. Now they don't want to lose the ability to.
Yep.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying. So
you're absolutely right.
They're gonna, okay, thank you, Robert. It's not like Tortorella and Brooksy, where they would curse each other in interviews.
Or they would get aggressive with Gase at times too. They go after him at times, or even they go at the Bulls too. But they're like, because Saleh is so respectful and nice and kind. They're all being cool to him, but they can press him on certain things. Like they got a little bit more aggressive, and the really good thing is they actually let the coordinators speak too. Like I watched the interview with Ulbrich. I watched the interview with LaFleur. They're both very well spoken. Ulbrich was kind of you could tell he was kind of this is bad. Like he was, I think he wanted to say more. He was kind of biting his tongue a little bit, but
I'm sure they're told, let's keep it as neutral as possible.
Yep. They're trying to keep that perspective. Like everything is fine.
We'll keep it in-house, but the results speak for themselves. You can talk all you want. What you see on the field is what you're getting. So, but
and how long before the media change? How long the media change up on Saleh? Because we know it's coming. Just
listen,
a couple more blowout losses.
Exactly. They'll play this pick-back game for a while. We know how they do. So they do.
This is a week by week league because, like he said, winning is a deodorant. And watch, they'll make it a game on Sunday, and all of a sudden you forget everything that happened in the Colts game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a week. You just want to see development. That's at this point we just want to see development, and hopefully, and I'm sure they're evaluating some of these guys who are on 1-year contracts. The one guy that I respect that was on SNY was Jarrett Davis, and he admitted right off the bat. He called it on it. He took total accountability of his play, and he said we missed assignments, we played wrong. We got to get back to square one. And so, I mean, they need some. I think Mosley's a good leader, but I think they need that vocal guy in the locker room to get these guys riled up and.
Well, they're in deep shit now too with Marcus May out, because now you have no safeties on the top. You have no starting safeties on the roster. Ashton Davis, I don't know how people evaluate Ashton Davis and keep telling me he's good when I have not seen that whatsoever. But now you have no starting safeties on the roster right now. So that's a problem.
He's late every time.
Every time
he's late. You know what he does also too? He tries to make up for his mistakes with his speed, but he takes really bad angles.
Yep.
Yes.
If you watch him on the running back, it was really bad angles he was taking, man. It was like, dude, it's like you're running right by him. It's just, he's not a good safety. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna really say this. He's not even a good backup safety. He should be like your third or fourth safety. It's just what it is.
Yeah, I might just keep him on special teams because of speed at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to pick up. But I wanted to bring up one thing. You saw the game last night?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that was a bogus taunting call.
Oh, my God, wasn't it? Yo, he started.
Everyone's talking about that. But meanwhile, Fields got hit twice late in the game, and they didn't even throw a single flag. And it's like, it's like certain teams certain guys will, if you blow wind against their face, they're gonna get flagged.
Dude, they get that. You get the call. Big Ben gets the call. Big Ben will get the call, and Justin Fields won't get it. Zach Wilson never gets that call. Like, and these quarterbacks are getting lit up, dude. Like, they're getting smashed.
No,
it's. Go ahead.
Get time.
No, it's what it is. I mean, listen, we watch any running quarterback get smashed in the mouth, but yet and still, we watched against New England. If you fall, it was the Chargers. If you fall, he fell. Actually, he didn't fall him. He jumped above Matt Jones and tapped him a little bit. 15-yard penalty. Like,
well, Aaron Donald got a bad call on him too, which is ridiculous.
It's the timing of the call too that hurt that yesterday.
Cost him the game.
You know,
Listen. I'm gonna tell you something. When I watched that game last night, and I'm gonna be really honest with you, right? I watched Justin Fields grow the fuck up. This kid
in the second half, not the first half, he was pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly. But the second half, listen, bro, they were down. What was it? They were down 24 to like 7. It was crazy. They straight 4 or 5 straight drives with a touchdown, man. Listen. You know what I'm saying?
But to Afram's point though, this officiating has been so inconsistent. It's probably been the worst we've seen in a long time. Like, you can't really watch a game anymore because you're not really sure what's being called. Like, as fans, we think we know the rules, and like they'll call stuff. You're like, what? Like, you don't know what pass interference is. We don't know what holding is. We don't know what roughing the passer is. I have no idea what taunting is. It doesn't make any sense to me anymore. Like, it's hard to watch a game like that, man.
Let me ask you something. If I'm the opposing team, and they just, pick me off, or they got a touchdown, and they're all running to the end zone to celebrate.
That's not
you know how much? Do you think that doesn't piss me off? That's a taunt as well.
Yes, it
Dude,
is.
they're doing choreographed dances in the end zone, all kinds of crazy shit. Like,
I remember when Gasfield was doing that shit, and they hated him for that. They hated him. The players hated him for doing that. And he did it away from everybody, and they still hated him from it. That's still taunting. They don't want to see that.
But at the end of the day, though, dude, it's a physical, violent game. It's an emotional game, a lot of passion. Shit's going to happen sometimes. And the guy what he did last night was not taunting, dude. Like, I've been the same way. You cut me. I made a big play, win the game. Like, I've been like, yeah, fuck you guys, too, for cutting me. Dude, that's human nature, man. You can't take away that emotional element out of the game. It's just not even.
First of all, he wasn't even close to them. I mean, he wasn't even in the hash mark, where most of the taunting calls are mostly face to face.
Yep.
I mean, so
it's nonsense.
All he did was look. He gave him a look. He's like, yo, he's like,
but they were saying, and I didn't see the exact play. I saw it afterwards, but most of the announcers during the day, the sportscasters were talking about it, that the referee was eyeing him to see how far he was going to go.
Yep.
And then waited.
Yeah.
That referee should be suspended. Horrific.
You should just say, hey, get away from
the game.
He checked it. Yeah, but listen, it's like Rasheed Wallace, bro. They got a technical from looking at the ref. He didn't say a word. Yep. He looked.
But they always say, like, the ref shouldn't dictate the outcome of a game like that. And that's what right now they're impacting the result, the actual win and loss of a game. Like that could have been a huge win for the Bears, an enormous win for them to turn their season around. And now they're set back, and it's crazy. Afram, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Give Kevin my best and my support, and I hope everything goes well.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Take care. Be well.
You too. Always a good call from Afram.
That's the coolest guy in the world, bro. Like, yo.
Oh, it is for sure.
Laid back, man. He has that like Uncle Pops vibe where you just want to sit back and just like, yo, always a class act, man.
Yep. No, he is. I think the ref blaming is overdone, but Bears got screwed. I mean, the refs have been awful, man. They've been so inconsistent balls. Come on, man. You can't. You don't know what. We don't even know what pass interference or roughing the passer is. It depends on who the quarterback is, who the ref is. Like, it's just.
You can't cause the outcome of that game like that, bro. Because it was fourth down, didn't get enough to steal, but to punt the ball, different ball game, bro. That was a momentum swing. And look, certain teams get certain calls, and we know this. You know
I'm with Di Lorenzo. He says, I like when Tyrone is honest with me. I love when you say it, Tyrone. You're like, let me be honest with you. I'm like, would you lie the first hour of the show? Like, would you lie half the time and you're honest the other time? Like, let me be honest with you, man. Let me be honest with you. Like you've been lying to us and telling us some shit.
Nah, I just mean what I'm saying. I just mean more or less that listen, man. Like it just like my own personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. Exactly, man. It's certain teams get certain calls. Like we're Jet fans, so we know when we play New England. Yeah, y'all remember when we used to get the badass calls? Remember, like I forgot what game it was.
Every week.
They called pass interference when the fucking referee was in the end zone. How'd you see this 40 yards
Dude,
of
it's
field?
been year in and year out we get bad calls, but
certain teams get that, man. It's crazy.
But the question that was asked in the chat was, should Mac Jones be fined? 1,000%. And my point was, if that was Zach Wilson or Mike White doing that shit, if a New York Jet player did that, there would have been headlines and outrage all across social media. The Jets are a dirty, undisciplined team. Who the hell can condone that? This is out. This is ludicrous, blah, 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 blah. And there's nothing on it, dude. And you press them and they're like, and what I did was I actually went and asked players. Like I asked former players that play football in the NFL. I asked them, I said, dude, is that a dirty player? Every fucking one of them said yes, dude. They're like, that is dirty as shit. And they say Mac Jones better watch himself now because he's gonna get some, they're gonna hit him. They will go after him. Period. He's gonna get some shots now, dude. I'm telling you, he will.
Shouldn't they?
Dude, that's some dirty shit. And then when he hurt and he walked away, like, I'm done with you. He just walked away. Oh, well.
Yo, it was deliberate, bro. Yo, it's bullshit. But that's how he coached, though. You know what I'm saying? The evil empire.
The Jets did that, man. That would have been all over. Like, oh, the Jets, Robert Sala's condoning this. What kind of culture do they have? So,
we don't
so we got it.
Quarterbacks about that.
The thing happening with Mac Jones is he grabbed the guy's ankle when the guy was running away. He grabbed him, turned him, and pulled him down. I guess the guy has a sprained ankle now. So the guy actually got hurt. I'm sure you get Abby. Just go on social media, look up.
It's a high ankle sprain too. You know, those are the worst ones, man. Like anybody who's ever been an athlete, you know the high ankle sprain is the worst. You know, it's really a long recovery and it's a lot of pain.
Can we talk about Sam Darnold? There's nothing to talk about. He's hurt. He's out. And he's playing terribly. It's interesting. This just shows you how fast life happens in the NFL. Because there was a time, 4 weeks ago, where Matt Rule was a genius. We made a mistake by not hiring him, and all this shit. Now they're questioning Matt Rule because they picked up that Sam Darnold's option, which is like $19 million. Sam Darnold's seeing more ghosts than a friggin' haunted house, and it's a mess down there. So we're not gonna pile on, but he's out for a while, and PJ Walker's probably gonna light it up.
Can we talk about something though? Can we talk about how Robbie acted on the sidelines though?
I don't blame him, dude. He's tired of that shit.
Yo, listen, bro.
But you know what though? People give Robbie a hard time. He was the only guy that was chasing Gilmore, dude. He was the only guy trying to run him down and tackle him.
I'm not mad at Robbie at all. I am saying this right here that, you know, when you have a passionate guy who's watching your quarterback do anything, then everybody who wants to play Robbie, right? Listen, you know one. Can I tell you guys something? Barrios has more catches and more yards than Robbie this season right now. So
yeah, well, I mean, he's dropped a lot of passes, but Darnold's played awful, dude. But listen, I don't listen. Robbie's always kind of had been like that little edge to him, but I don't blame him, dude. They want to win, dude. Like, you want to win, you want to compete, and he's probably tired of being in that situation. So I don't blame him, dude. That shit. And if we're being honest, dude, you've seen other players on every team all across the NFL yell at teammates. Look at Tom Brady, dude. Not comparing Robbie Anderson to Tom Brady, but Tom Brady will unload on people. But you see animated conversation. It's the NFL, dude. It's an emotional game.
Losing. Yeah, absolutely.
Shit happens.
I wasn't making the point. I'm just saying the point of at the end of the day, they was blowing this up like there was a big problem. At the end of the day, yo, it's an emotional game. You and war. So of course, yo, listen, man. Yo, what the F you doing? Throw the ball better, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I watched a video with Peyton Manning Saturday. Yo, he was like, yo, shut the F up. You're a center, right? Do your effing job. Like, yo.
Dude, they all do it. But Brady does it. I saw, like, when Favre was with the Jets, I saw Favre do it. Like, they all, like, you know, that's just football, man. That's the way it works. So we will go to Jake. Jake, what's up, man?
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
Wait, so where's Primetime tonight?
He's got some family stuff going on, man. So he's going to probably be gone for a little while.
Oh, well, I guess he didn't want to talk to me on Instagram this Sunday because I just told him about Darnold. So I don't think he wants to talk to me right now anyway.
No, it's been going on since probably like Thursday or Friday. So he's going to probably be MIA for a little while.
Okay. All right. So that's okay. But actually, first, Tyson, can we talk about the UFC this Saturday? How good were those cards? Like,
excellent.
How good was that card?
Top to bottom, phenomenal, man. Excellent fights. That Chandler Gagey fight was insane.
I thought it was the fight of the night. I really
Amazing.
So animated into that. It's really, I mean, listen, the main card was great. I mean, I can't stand Colby Covington, but I mean, it was just a great card overall.
He's tough as shit, man.
So,
Colby Covington's probably the second best in the division. I don't think anybody else can beat him in that division. I think he's that good. Colby's like those two, Usman and Covington are up here, and everybody else is down here. He's that good, man.
That's a fair argument. But anyway, so yeah, last week's game. Like I said, Jonathan Taylor was going to run all over us, and he ran all over us. So I think I made that very clear, and it's why he's the best running back in the NFL right now, pending Subnick. Yeah, I mean, look, I've been defending Ulbrich all year. Like I understand he was dealt a bad hand with all the injuries, but like it's like when I'm seeing a stat, I think the other day that said that like the Jets are about to give up more points on defense ever. I'm like, dude, that's not where I want to get to at this point, no matter how young this defense is. Like it just shows like I said from the start last week, this game was on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz showed up. The only thing I didn't agree with in that game was that Michael Pittman touchdown where he came out of his hands at the end. That was like the Calvin Johnson touchdown.
Yep.
He went all the way. So besides that touchdown, like, you know, he played exceptionally well. Like I have to give him credit for that. It's amazing to see. I mean, not that I want to go back to Darnold for a second, but it's like, look, Mike White and Josh Johnson in the span of like 4 quarters or 3 quarters convinced me more than 3 years of Sam Darnold. I don't think it's even close at this point.
Yep.
Like, they legitimately just showed more poise, more accuracy. They commanded the offense better. And granted, with the offensive line, that like let's not forget, guys, like Chuma Doga has been playing for us also. Like George Fant not playing. Like we all could have sat here and screaming holy hell about how this offensive line is going to hold up itself. Now it's not great, and I still want half of it dismantled next year, which I think is going to happen. But the fact is that the running game was still efficient. They still were able to play on the Colts defense, even though they played more prevent defense towards the end. I mean, let's face it, they really should not have been at the end of that game. I was shocked they even led to the last, minute and a half. So besides the fact, like, the offense definitely put up. Yeah, I want to see the defense play better. I just, it's just moments like that. I watched that game, and I've watched these other games. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, if we just had Carl Lawson, how much more difference this would have been for us. Like, it's just really frustrating at times. But listen, I'm trying to stay positive tonight. There are a lot of building blocks I can take from this game. I just don't want to watch us just look like an embarrassing shit heap on national television. Like, it's just to a point where, like, we get all the hype, we win a game, and then we go on national television, and then we do this. It's the same thing with the Falcons, literally the same exact situation. I really just want to see this team try to string some wins together. I think they still can win games. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be the pessimist and be like, oh, they're not going to win another game. They can, because, listen, they have the Dolphins, who I think, everyone talks about Tua, and I have my opinions. Like, their defense has regressed massively.
The Dolphins are falling apart, man.
Nobody's talking about, like, Brian Flores. Like, I remember this weekend they were talking about, like, Gerard Mayo would be offered offensive for a head coaching job. Like, can we please stop with the coordinators from the Patriots? Like, enough with this. It's not working anymore. It doesn't work. So I think we can beat the Dolphins still. The Bills game this weekend, look, I'm trying not to say slaughter because of how angry they were on how bad. Now, I have my opinions about Josh Allen. I don't think he's an elite quarterback. That's my whole other opinion. But the fact is, they're going to come in angry. The defense has played solid all year. I mean, you got to look exactly about the situation about how,
their offensive line's playing like shit.
Yeah, it is playing like shit. And, but the fact is that, this is kind of, and I was talking to a new guy in my office. He's a Bills fan. He admits this, and he said to me, it's like, this is kind of the problem we're having when we didn't really have a running back. Like, they don't really have a sufficient running game at all. So they're relying on Josh Allen to, put himself in danger. And he's going to do the same thing this weekend. I mean, I don't know how much the Jets are going to stop him, because last year they didn't have an answer for him at all. And this week, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very nervous, even though I think that's how. Yeah, that's actually very, very, very possible. It probably will. Not
coming off a bye or any kind of long, extensive break, we play like shit every time.
Yeah, I know. They should be rewarded like ice cream and pizza instead of like actually like getting on the field and practice.
No, but I agree with you, man, because like this. Yeah, the Bills, like a good friend of mine's a Bills fan, man, and they're just pissed. They're pissed. They're getting roasted by the media. They're getting roasted by the fans. They're getting roasted everywhere. And now that this is when they rallied, because they're like, listen, they're a good team. They have a lot more talent than the Jets. And I think they're going to come in angry. There'll probably be a shitload of Bills fans there, because most Jet fans sold their tickets. So It's gonna be interesting, man.
Bills Mafia will definitely be showing up.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I don't like watching AFC teams win, but look, their coach and their GM are good. They're not stupid people.
Yep.
Like they really know how to keep this team together. This is going to be probably, in my opinion, this is the practice that you're going to see the Bills practice harder than ever. It's just the only thing I will say is that I think people need to tone it down a little bit with Stephon Diggs. Like, I really did not think he was going to come in this year and be this like elite wide receiver. Like in fantasy, people were taking like him over like
He was excellent last year, man.
Yeah, but it's the same time. Like he wasn't even that much of a stud when he was in Minnesota. Like I think
He's like a 1,000-yard receiver.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver, but he's not. I'm not picking him over like DeAndre Hopkins and all these other guys.
So you think he's like a top 5 receiver, Diggs?
No. I think maybe he's like top 10. I don't think he's top 5.
He's an excellent receiver.
He's not showing me this year.
No, Jake, I got a question, Jake. I got a question for you, Jake. Okay, with that, on that note right there, who's your top 5 receivers in the league right there?
You know who's actually making a good case right now? Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson is actually making a very good case to be a top 5 receiver. He's put up numbers every single week. I really was kind of low on him with Ben, but he's actually been statistically every single week putting up in fantasy probably double-digit points.
Yeah, but are we talking about fantasy numbers? We're talking about NFL receivers. Like you seem like you're stuck in the fantasy mode.
Well, I mean, that's how people are judging people today.
No, but fantasy doesn't mean shit, dude. Like what wins you games? What the receivers do?
Well, Diggs is not winning them games.
Top 5.
He's not getting it done.
I want to hear your top 5 though. Who's your top 5? Who are your top 5 receivers in the league right now?
Off the top of my head, Devontae Adams is number 1. I mean, that's an easy one. DeAndre Hopkins, I would say, is probably 2 or 3. Cooper Kupp, maybe Cooper Kupp's 2. Just maybe because he's still injury prone a little bit. DeAndre Hopkins, I'd say, is 3. Let's see. I'd say Deontay Johnson. You can put it.
Stephon Diggs.
What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I want to say Stephon Diggs is fine. It's just I mean, I would have said AJ Brown, but I don't think he's worthy of that category this year. And I mean, look, DK Metcalf, I still think is putting up that. Oh, sorry, Justin Jefferson. I gotta say Justin Jefferson. I think he's definitely better than Stephon Diggs this year. This replacement's doing better in Minnesota. That's actually true. He's just stuck with the worst quarterback situation. Oh, by the way, guys, I think in this room can finally say that thank God we didn't bring in Kirk Cousins. I mean, imagine the situation we'd be in right now. It would be even worse than Darnold. We'd have to be guaranteeing this guy money for another year at this point, like $30-something million. Yeah, it would be a shit heat disaster right now if he was there. So, anyway.
Jake, thanks for calling in, man. You're all over the place right now. We'll talk to you later.
I'm not all over the place. I'm just telling you what I think. But anyway, look, the bottom line is that this game this weekend, the Bills are going to come to play. Their defense is going to play like really lights out, in my opinion. If Mike White can just string together, maybe if Mike White gets a touchdown in the first quarter, I'd feel a little bit better. That's what I don't know where he is. I'd say if he gets a touchdown in the first quarter and they look methodical, it'll be a game. Otherwise, I think it's going to be like 35-14. But we'll see what happens. All right.
Thanks for joining us, man.
All right. Night.
All right. We're gonna go to Nick. Nick, what's up, man?
Oh, what happened to Tyrone, man? Where'd he go?
I have no idea, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. Obviously, the prayers are prime time, obviously for that.
I think what Tyrone heard Jake's Stephon Diggs comment and probably left. Like, fuck that.
I guess so. Yeah. So, a little story today. I was on Instagram and I was arguing about the 2020 draft class with a fellow Jets fan of mine, and he was telling me how Ashton Davis graded out as a 70.2 on Pro Football Focus, and he was the highest rated Jet on the roster, on the team in the Colts game.
But see, you know what I hate though,
dude. What are we doing here, Tyson? What are we doing here? He sucks. He was terrible against.
See, that's what somebody that doesn't watch somebody doesn't watch the games, dude. When you can literally watch the game and see with your own eyes what's happening. And then here's Tyrone. What's up, man?
Yeah, my apologies, man. I don't know what happened with my phone, bro.
You're good.
Crazy.
So when you watch the games, you literally watch it. You can see when a player is doing good or doing bad. That's why like these PFF stats are ridiculous. Because there was a while they're giving Greg Van Roten high scores. I'm like, I literally watched Greg Van Roten get his quarterback killed. Like, how the hell is he getting like a 78 point something or some shit? And then people and what I passionately hate is when people use those stats to make their argument. Don't give me stats.
Exactly.
Give me performance on the field. Like we watch the games, man. Like we know when a player sucks. Like I'm telling you, if it looks like a skunk, it smells like a skunk. I don't give a fuck what your number says. It's a skunk. That's the way it is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know how they grade these things. Like, are they grading them on how fast they run? Are they grading them
I have
on
no idea.
how close they are to the receiver? Because if that's what it is, I don't understand that. Because Ashton Davis was 15 yards within every fucking
15,
receiver against
20
the
yards
Colts.
every fucking every
Dude,
play
how
he
are
was
they-
away, bro. Crazy,
Dude,
bro.
how are these guys running in space on every single play? Like,
I don't know.
why are they wide open? Why is Jack Doyle running across the line of scrimmage and there's nobody around him? And TJ Mosley and Marcus Mayer, Jared Davis are 25 yards down the field.
Look at the running
On
backs,
third
dude.
and 4, 3rd and 6.
Dude, the running backs are getting 8-9 yards a carry without getting touched.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, but you want, I
It's-
can answer that for you, Nick. What they were doing is, if you watch, a lot of times they're passing off. When they're running the zone, they're passing guys off, right? The problem is, man, you have a lot of running backs you have a lot of linebackers when you pass them off, don't get that skill level. You understand what I'm saying? I've watched Bryce Hall pass off to Marcus May, smooth transition, or you watch him S. Davis, and he's not. Then he gets beat. That's why he's 15 yards from that guy. That's what happened on one play when he got beat, bro. Somebody passed him off. He's just standing there, bro. Like, yo, that's your man's. So that's what happens in a lot of those plays, man. It's hard, bro. I feel you on that, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just really frustrating that like they have. It seems like Jeff Ulbrich has like the wrong scheme for every down.
Yep.
Like on 3rd and 4, he's dropping guys back like 25 yards down the field. On 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, he has no blitz and he's running guys just like a 4 or 3 guy. What do you call it? Like pass rush.
Yeah, but
And,
Nick,
like,
you see, but like you watch, like, and the
it's
thing is,
the
like,
wrong scheme every time. I don't know what they're doing.
but you go to when you go to a game or you watch it on TV, and Tyrell mentioned this before, like it could be 3rd and 5. Say that the 1st and goal is on get a first down, get on the 25-yard line. They'll line up on the 30. So when they catch the pass, they've already got the first down. Then they fall forward and get even more. Like they should be more like you should know where your down marker is and pressure, not give it up willingly. Like their zones make no sense. Like the coverage makes no sense, dude. Like I don't understand it. The handoffs are bad. And then you watch former players break down the defense. They're like, what are they doing? Like there's so many blown coverages, so many communication issues. And I understand they have new guys here, but you have Jared Davis, you have Mosley. These are veteran guys now. I understand Davis is back, but dude. And the defensive line's all veterans.
Oh my God, dude, John Franklin Myers, he's been a ghost ever since he got that contract. A ghost.
But he got a big sack at the end of the Colt game, though. So you got to give him that.
Full Mohamed Wilkerson for this guy. I'm sorry. Until he proves me otherwise, that's what he is.
Yeah, but what bothers me more than anything as well too is like, yo, no pass rush. Like, yo, send some guys. Listen, why is it 3rd and 7? We know this is a big down for us to get up the field. Why not rushing nobody, man? Like, yeah, I would rather a guy get a 7-yard catch if you send somebody and put some pressure on him, or have him sit back and scan the field and get the guy he wants. That's just
right.
But Tyra, why were they blitzing in the 4th quarter, not in the 2nd quarter?
Exactly. That's my whole point. That's my whole point.
Ridiculous.
Like, yo, but by that time the game was over. But listen, I watched that running back. I don't know what his name was. It was Tim, the up kid. I watched this kid.
Naeem Hines.
Yes, sir.
Hines.
I watched my man's run past everybody. Like it was like, bro, like
untouched.
It wasn't nobody near him. Like a screenplay. He's out there damn near by himself, bro. Juke,
untouched.
Gone. Like, yo, crazy. Yo, we just get a kid. This kid's got a nice off. He's gonna have a nice off season. Somebody's gonna pick him up because this kid he's earned some money, more or less.
Dude, and it's so frustrating because like Quinnen Williams is on and off every game. Like hell of games where he takes over the field and has like 3 or 4 sacks. Dude, he was a ghost against the Colts, and I understand the Colts have a great offensive line, but like people want to give Quinnen Williams this fat contract and this big extension. And a reminder, he was the 3rd overall pick, and he's been very hot and cold. He rarely makes an impact in every single game he's in. It's always especially
it's
frustrating.
But see, the thing if you go back to the thing everybody saw Leonard Williams was he had nobody around him. Quinnen Williams actually has guys around him. Like he's actually got the defensive line has talent. Like Rankins is a very good player. You have John Franklin Myers. They move him all kinds around. You have Fadakasi that everybody loves and wants to pay. Like they have defensive line talent. To get blown off the ball like that is inexcusable. It's awful,
listen,
dude.
Hold on. I want to say this. The problem with what Q is right now. The problem is he's getting double team, right? So this is the problem.
Oh, come on,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
No. I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you what's going on.
Yeah,
Sure
but
sounds
He's
like
getting
one.
a lot of plays. He's getting double teamed. If we'd have lost.
Okay, I'll play this game with you then.
I mean, that's
He's
the
getting
excuse we made for
if he's
Leonard
getting
Williams all
double
these
teamed.
years.
If he's getting double teamed, then what in the fuck is John Franklin Myers doing? What is Sheldon Rankins doing? What is everybody
Right.
else doing? Because somebody's got to be freed up then, Tyrone. They were getting
Listen,
blown off the ball. There was holes like it was like the Lincoln Tunnel out there, dude. It's like, all right, go down this way. Here's 30 yards. No big
I'm
deal.
telling you right. I'm telling you right now.
Ridiculous.
That Franklin Myers deal might turn around and be a bad fucking deal because maybe they paid.
It's
him
Mo
too early.
Wilkerson. It's what it is. It's Mo Wilkerson over and over again.
Well, I think-
I'm not going that far because Mo quit on himself. Frankly, yeah, he's a fighter, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
maybe this game
Mo's
too
off the
fast.
field was bad.
And listen, if Lawson was here, bro, this would be a different defensive line, but he's not here, so this is what we.
But that's the question,
Yeah.
though, Tyrone. Is their vision John Franklin Myers with Carl Lawson on the other side? Is that they're
That's
saying,
what
you
I
know
think
what?
it was.
That's what
it has to be. It has to be.
Kelly, and I'm tired of the excuse of the Lawson injury. His defensive line, there's a lot of
money spent.
resources, picks, money invested into this defensive line, and they're making no impact. None. And, like, you can't blame, like, as much as I hate this secondary play, I mean, there are holes, like, wide open, like, gaping holes on every single run play.
It's the front seven, dude. It's not the. Listen,
yeah.
like Marcus May was out of play. I mean, usually it's like your linebackers and defensive lines getting blown right off the ball, and then by then your safeties have no shot. They were just getting. I mean, they were.
Listen,
Ashton Davis was useless.
Listen,
And I'm so.
Go ahead.
I may cut you off, Tyrone. You gonna say something? Or
No, I'm just saying you got manhandle. When you play inferior defensive line against a really, really good offensive line, that's what happens. Listen, man, the coach have a great offensive line. My problem with it is it was no pressure, it was no game plan, it was no adjustments. That's my issue. That was the issue.
Yeah, like, and the thing that pisses me off is, after the press conference, Robert Saleh was like, I don't. What did he say exactly? Like, I don't really impact the defense, or like, I don't talk to Jeff Ulbrich at all. Like, dude, like, it's just so frustrating when you see a head coach of your team not saying anything into his microphone on this sideline.
He's just
like,
he's
I have yet to see him say a word when they show him on the screen. I have yet to see a play where he's saying anything.
No, I mean, I've seen it. Like, I was at the game. Like, he's he talks, he does some certain things, but to me, it just seemed like they were thoroughly outcoached. They were not prepared. They read all the press clippings. They thought they were much better than they were, and they got
I disagree with that, actually.
I disagree with this. That's 2 times in a row
you disagree with that?
They were outcoached. Yes, they weren't outcoached. They were just punched in the mouth. The Colts weren't doing anything creative. They were just running straight to the heart of our defense, and
they completely out-schemed our defense. Whatever we were doing on defense, they completely figured it out and kept going to it over and over and over, and had no problem with it.
But not for the running plays. They were just running straight up the middle, and they were just, there were gaping holes in every play, and we couldn't stop it. It's very frustrating that they made no adjustments. Like, they made no adjustment into the half. They made no adjustment before the game. And this team, for some reason, does not know how to handle a win. They don't understand that. They treat every single win like it's their Super Bowl win. It's just ridiculous. Like, the NFL is a 17-game, 16-week season now. Just because you got one win, that doesn't mean that you're a great team. You still have to stackpile wins. You have to be consistent every week.
Yep. But the defense hasn't been good in weeks, dude. The defense hasn't been good in 3 weeks. Like, see, the thing is, the Shaq Lawson had the big interception. They made some plays when it counted against the Bengals, which is good. But overall, they've been giving up chunk yards for weeks, dude. Look at the Falcon game, the Patriot game. Like, this has been a problem for a while now. It's not like something new.
And the excuse is not that we're a young team. I'm tired of that excuse. Like, Hollow was on the Michael K show earlier today. I don't know if you heard her.
No, I can't take him anymore. Like, I listened to his daily Jets press conference, but I can't take any more of his shit. Like, I just
and Don LaGreca asked Saleh, what do you think the problem is with your secondary play in Ashton Davis and all those guys? And Saleh was basically like, "Oh, that's what happens when you have a
young team,
the youngest team in the NFL."
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, you can't.
Well, see, like,
you're a defensive-minded head coach. You have to do something.
But see, like, but the thing is, I'll give him a pass for the secondary because he's missing 2 safeties. So, like, the pass defense and the secondary, I'll even give you that. But Bryce Hall, you're seeing some things. You're seeing some things from Eccles. Like I'm willing to take the learning curve of Eccles and Michael Carter and Bryce Hall. I'm willing to deal with all their problems. I have no problem with that. If the fifth string safety fucks up, I'm completely fine with that because they probably all suck. We're signing guys today. They're going to play on Sunday. My problem is the front seven.
Yeah, but also you wasted a 3rd round pick on Ashton Davis. He was in the 3rd round. That's an early round to take an experimental
but it's not a solid pick though. It's not a solid defense. They inherited him. So.
Oh yeah, I know, but as far as Joe Douglas goes, you took Ashton Davis in the 3rd round.
Well, I mean, look at Michael Pirine. He's not even playing at all in a blowout game, in a useless game. He still wasn't getting playing time.
Yeah. And Jabari, what's his name? Jabari
Zuniga. Well, he had a big sack.
He was sacked, yeah. But no, listen. Nick,
in garbage time.
You said this right here, though. No, what you said was this. You said that, these guys do not know how to handle winning. How do we have one great-ass game, come back and get the doors knocked off us?
Exactly.
Listen, so it's something that's coaching, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Yep. At the end of the day, like the Bengals game, our Friday show that week, man, no one picked the Bengals. I mean, no one picked us to beat the Bengals. Nope. And these guys showed up, we all hyped, we all pumped up. So everyone got
every time I expect to. Yeah, and one more point I wanted to make is, how come every single time with this team, like we're half a team? Like when the defense is playing well, the offense can't score. When the offense is putting up points, the defense can't stop anybody. It's every fucking week.
Bro,
it's ridiculous. It drives me nuts.
Bro, you're not lying.
Yep.
Tyrone, every week we're half the team. It can never be a complete team. It's always either the defense is terrible and the offense is great.
But you know what, though, to be honest with you, I'm pulling Tyrone, if I'm going to be honest with you, the fact that the offense is playing good is nice to see. Like the fact that our offense is actually moving the ball, we haven't moved the football in 3 years. So exactly. I like.
Why can't the defense just match the intensity though? Like that's crazy, bro.
They can't.
Nick, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it. Excellent call.
Have a good night, bro.
No problem. Have a great night.
Right.
He brought the fire tonight, man. He was all fired up.
Yeah, man, he was on point with that one, bro. Yeah, he cleared that up. Dead ass. That one, bro.
All right. I mean, we have a couple Ashton Listen, Ashton Davis's problem is also he can't stay healthy. I mean, he's been here his whole time with the Jets career. He's always hurt. So
what's your favorite saying? Your best ability is availability.
Availability. That's it. Dude's never available, and when he is, he's terrible. He's got a lot of bulls in his name here. All right. What's up, Cassandra? You got the Trevor Siemian New Orleans Saints going on right now?
Yes, sir. Trevor Siemian.
Did they say did Beckham announce where he's going yet? They're saying what Beckham wants to go to the Packers.
Yeah, no. I thought he was going to who was they talking about earlier? Man, I was just earlier. It was the Rams. The Rams.
There's a team that I wanted to go to, and it kind of goes side by side with our next caller, because I would love to see him bring his chaos to the Seattle Seahawks and completely sink that ship even faster.
My God.
What's up, Jose?
Jose!
My God.
What's up, bro?
You want Beckham?
First up. First the Fanta. First the stuff.
Yep.
Whatever he's going through. First there. Second of all, while I've been waiting, I've been uploading videos. One of them is about OBJ himself.
So make sure you guys are listening or following. Make sure you subscribe to Jose's channel, because he's cranking out more content than we are.
Seahawks Jose Rodriguez.
Seahawks Jose Rodriguez. See, Jose's smart. He doesn't pull the same shit that Panda pulls. He actually is nice about it. Panda was doing a full promotion for his fucking channel.
Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about? Do you guys
Beckham to the Saints? Beckham to the Seahawks.
God, I hope that doesn't happen.
Come on, man.
When's coming back, Jose?
This week. Thank God. Thank you, God. So we're playing Mr. Rogers and his neighborhood.
So Jose, do you still believe in playoffs for your team?
If we can win one of our next two games, yes. If not, fuck no. Look at the schedule. Look at our schedule.
I don't look at your schedule. I just want to see you guys keep losing. That's all I give a shit about.
Yeah, I mean, Jose, listen, I don't really keep
Anyway.
I take joy watching you guys.
Anyway.
lose, man.
I just want to see
That
the
draft
Seahawks
pick
lose.
just getting
All I
Anyway.
want.
baby.
Tyson, who did you think won that female UFC fight on Saturday? Because I had it
Thug Rose, man.
I had it going the other way, but that's just my
It
opinion.
was a phenomenal fight. I thought it was really, really close. But I'm a Thug Rose fan, man. I didn't have a problem with the scoring at all.
So am I, but I just had it going the other way. That's all.
No, I'm not. Listen, I could see if they did that, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Very technical fight. I mean, they're both high level, man. They're so good.
Can I brag about my Mexican boxing hero?
Canelo?
Canelo, yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Red Bandit, boy.
He's a machine, man.
With the knockout against Platt.
Plant, yeah.
Or should I say Caleb Platt?
Yo,
I
hey,
don't
Jose,
wanna-
did you see in like the 10th round, 9th round when they were in
Yes.
there talking, bro? And he was like, yo, I
Yes.
respect you, bro. And he was like, yeah, you should. Bow, bow, bow. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo,
Wait a
listen,
minute.
man.
Cassandra says you root against Americans? What the hell? You see this, Tyrone? In the UFC, I always root against any Americans. Damn.
Wow.
That's some. Damn. That's just.
Any-
Oof.
Anyway.
Damn.
Damn.
Anyway.
That's just like. Oof.
Love, what love.
Damn. I don't hate Canadians that much. I respect them. I like George St. Pierre. Shit.
Canada.
I should say one Australian.
Yeah.
And that's Ben Simmons.
Wow.
I don't hate anyone.
Hey,
But,
Jose.
That was a
Hey,
good
Jose. Tom McDonald's releasing a new song tomorrow, just in case you're wondering.
Thank you. I have my notifications on and everything.
There you go. See, Tyrone. I give him music advice.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but that's
And yes, Tyra. I know about Griselda and Benny the Butcher as well. So shout out to
yes, sir. Hey, bro. Killing the Conway. They killing it, bro. Yo, well, check out that Dave East and AZ joint, yo. Yeah, shit fire.
Davies and who?
AZ. It's actually an AZ song. Yeah, it's AZ featuring Dave East. That shit fire, bro. Man, bro.
What's it called, Tyra?
I don't know the name of the song, but it's AZ and Dave East featuring Dave East.
All right, I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Yo, but yo,
No.
Griselda, nobody better. Yo, them boys fire, bro. Them boys,
Yeah.
them boys from Buffalo. Tyson, do you listen to Benny the Butcher?
No.
Conway?
You need to. You really need
Tyson,
to.
I'm gonna put you on, Tyson. Yo, can you see Tyson gonna work, yo, rocking Benny the Butcher? I traded all.
No.
I was going fucking crazy. Come on, Tyson, man. It's real music, man.
So, Jose, what are your thoughts about the
My-
Seahawks, man? Are you going to beat Aaron Rodgers this weekend?
God, I hope so. Yeah, I'm saying, you know what? I'm calling it. 27-24 Seahawks win.
There you go.
Oh,
What he says?
27-24.
can we talk about the Jets?
If you'd like. I mean, this is a Jet stream, so it's probably smart.
Yes.
That's
I-
Jets, though.
I am starting Mike White until his arm breaks or snaps off or whatever. Because play the hot hand. Play the hot hand.
Absolutely.
But then-
Do not go back to the wet blanket.
Yeah,
Yep.
shit, y'all
No.
got Gino then? You playing the hot hand? Should y'all play Gino?
Shut up.
Man, like, you playing the
Come
hot
on, man.
hand? You gonna stick with Gino, baby?
The words hot hand and Gino never go simultaneously, man. They never work together. Let's just be honest here. I know you're trying to cause some shit. That's the wrong trail to go down.
Okay, Tyson,
Yep.
before I go, who can beat Usman?
Nobody. That's the number 2 guy right there. Covington's the number 2 guy. That's it.
Who's the number 3 guy? 'Cause
I think Covington and Usman are so high above, dude. Everybody else is like if Covington fights Usman or fights what's his name, Masvidal, he's gonna destroy him.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah, they're gonna kill him. I mean, it's just those two guys are the best, man. They're the best in the division.
Covington has
Tyson, I know you're fighting. Do they have any weaknesses?
what?
What happened,
What?
Usman, does he have any weaknesses?
dude?
Not,
Not really, man. He does it all,
Not
man.
that I
He's strong,
can
good
see.
striking, good ground. He's well rounded, man. Jose, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
thanks, guys. Love
Have a
you.
good night,
Bro,
man.
love you, man.
Love you
Have a good
too.
night, bro. Love
Send
you.
my prayers to PT.
Yes, thank you. All right. Oops, I got rid of the wrong guy. Well, my bad. I got rid of Tyrone. Oh shit. Oh, you gotta stay here now. The Tyrone comes back on. My bad. Oh shit. I got rid of everybody. Mike White should start. What's up, Javid? I kicked off Tyrone. Oh shit. Oh boy. My bad. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Here comes Tyrone. Whoops. My bad. He's gonna yell at me now. Watch. Jose's the co-host right now. You always wanted the co-host. Oh, Sal doesn't like co-host.
Yeah, I like this.
You like this?
I like this. It looks better this way anyway.
Yeah, it does. It's much here it comes. Sorry, man. That was my bad.
Huh? That was you?
Yeah. Have a good night, Jose. Thanks a lot.
Have a good night, bro.
I
Love you,
think-
man.
I hit the wrong one. I hit the wrong button.
I was like, yo.
So Tyrone, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing on Sunday?
Actually, bro.
Uh-oh.
I can't talk about it on the air. You know, so I have to tell you after we off the show.
So you're not gonna you don't want to stream with us, is what you're saying?
I'm gonna be watching the game, but I won't be able to stream. I'm gonna be kind of exposed to a certain area, so but
All right, that's fine.
Hey, next
I
stream
think,
I got you.
I think what I'm going to do though, I think I'm going to stream, and we'll bring a person on for each quarter. Like, so we'll have like one person join me and do like for a quarter, like say like
Okay.
Romeo first quarter, have like somebody else like say Afram for a quarter, or whatever. I'll bring Legend on for a quarter because he's probably more entertaining than you are, so we can do that.
So you doing, man? Don't
So-
look like that, big fella.
Yeah, Tyron thinking of an excuse. He's like,
Nah, I mean, I just can't. I mean, this is.
my kangaroo will join. Perfect. We could do Vinny. We could do Javid. We could do something. Yeah, we'll bring people on. We'll just fuck it. I'll do it. I'm not going to the game. I can't. I just got too much shit going on. I just can't make it. There's no way. So, all right. So what we will do Afram. We could do that. Do Javid. Everybody. Anybody. Okay. Anybody wants to come on? We could do it during the game. So we'll be back. What time on Friday? 8:00 on Friday. Do our preview show.
8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock. Yeah, definitely.
So thank you guys for joining us. We will do Friday night, 8:00, and then Sunday I'll stream and we'll bring people on and just cause all kinds of chaos. So we'll talk to you guys later.